Hey there, it's Kendra Corman, and you're tuned in to another episode of Imperfect Marketing in case you didn't know where you were at. Today, we're going to do a little time travel. We're going to look back into the history at Q3 and peek a little bit ahead at Q4. It's like a business version of Back to the Future, minus the DeLorean and the questionable 80s fashion choices. Now, if you remember Stiff Stuff hairspray, picks that I used to use for my wings and perms, you are definitely my people. If you don't let me know. Okay. So I know what you're thinking, Henry. Do we really need to look back? Come on. I didn't get everything I wanted done. Something. Can't we just pretend it didn't happen and just move on and just look forward? Trust me, I get it. Sometimes looking back at our goals and what we've accomplished sometimes feels about as comfortable as watching our old high school dance videos. But stick with me because a little reflection can really go a long way in setting us up for success in Q4. First things first, let's talk about how Q3 went. And before you start breaking out in hives, I want you to remember this. It's not about beating yourself up over unmet goals, it's about learning, adapting, and celebrating. You heard me right, celebrating, because I bet you did some pretty awesome things in Q3, even if they weren't exactly what you planned. Did you land a new client? Give yourself a high five. Did you finally figure out how to unmute yourself on Zoom calls without a 30-second delay? That's progress, baby. Maybe you just managed to keep your business afloat in an economy that's as predictable as a cat on a hot tin roof. Guess what? That's worth celebrating too. It could be that you read several books you wanted to read. Reading is personal and professional development, and that's awesome. My YouTube channel fix up was not in my plan at the beginning of 2024, but I've taken some effort to fix it up and add more content. I deserve a gold star, and I'm taking it. I'm celebrating myself. I adapted. There is nothing wrong with adapting. Now, let's talk about those goals that maybe didn't quite pan out. Here's the thing. Modifying goals isn't admitting failure. It's not throwing in the towel. It's being smart, adaptable, and realistic. It's like when you plan to make a gourmet 3-course meal but ended up ordering pizza instead. Mission accomplished, right? You fed yourself just with a slight detour. So if you need to adjust your goals, I want you to do it without shame. Instead of double my client base, your new goal might be add 2 high quality long term clients. Or maybe you're going to shift focus from launch a podcast to create consistent, valuable content for my existing platforms. It's all good. You're not admitting defeat, you're reframing for success. If you haven't done what you said you were going to do, it might not be all that bad. You are still here. You're still working and moving forward. Don't be afraid to give yourself permission to not do something. Last fall, I gave myself permission not to launch my email course because I didn't really have the time to do what was needed to make it right for my students. And I would have been killing myself to get it done. Definitely not ideal. And the stress relief when I gave myself that permission was unbelievable. It's really about focusing on what you truly want to accomplish. A bit of realistic expectations. Okay. Be sure to throw those in there. You don't have to be crazy realistic if you don't want to be, but mapping out how you're going to get there is important. Last year, I was working with a client on a VIP day, and they were pretty far off their revenue goals, like 1/10 of the way there. So, anyway, I sat them down. We did the math. Their revenue target had been $1 million to go with less than 6 months to do it. That was around $167,000 a month in revenue. And in talking to them, it was definitely doable since their average client brings in about $30,000 in a closed deal. That's only 5.5 new jobs a month. So just a little bit more than one per week. So we decided that we would focus on getting one new or return client per week. All of a sudden, that $1 million target didn't seem quite as bad as it did originally. Then we mapped out where they get most of their clients. And then we had them reach out to previous clients that they hadn't seen yet this year. Ultimately, they did miss their target, but not by much. Not nearly as much as they would have if they didn't really break it down into more bite-sized, manageable targets that they could truly track and wasn't some pie in the sky number out there, right? So let's go ahead and peek ahead to Q4. It's the final stretch of the year, the last lap of the race, the dessert course of the business year, if you will. Okay. And just like you wouldn't skip dessert, well, maybe that's just me. You don't want to coast through Q4. Here's the kicker. The business world is changing faster than fashion trends in the 90s. So let's talk about a couple of trends you might want to leverage to help crush your Q4 goals. First up, one of my favorites, AI, artificial intelligence. Before you start picturing robots taking over your job, hear me out. AI is not here to replace you. It's just to make your life easier. Think of it as your very own marketing assistant or intern that never sleeps, never complains, and never steals your lunch from the office fridge. For us B2B people, service providers, AI can be a game changer in content creation and market research. Stuck on ideas for your next blog post or email? AI tools can help you brainstorm topics, outline your content, and even do that ugly first draft, right? Just remember, it's just there to assist you, not replace your unique voice and expertise. I want you to think of it as a writing prompt on steroids. Another trend worth considering, personalization. In a world where everyone's inbox is overflowing, personalization is like that secret handshake that gets you to the VIP section. And no, I don't just mean slapping on a first name in an email and calling it a day. I'm talking about using data that you have to create tailored experiences. Maybe you're segmenting your email list so finely that each message feels like it was written just for the recipient. Or perhaps it's creating custom service packages based on a client's specific needs and history with your business. The goal is to make your clients feel like they're your only client, even if you're juggling more balls than a circus performer. Now, I know what you're thinking. Kendra, this all sounds great. I'm just one person trying to keep all the plates spinning. And I hear you. That's why it's crucial that you pick one or two areas to focus on for Q4. You do not have to do it all. And let's be realistic, you probably can't. We're going for progress here, not perfection. As we wrap up, I want you to do something for me. I want you to take a moment right now and write down three things. One thing that you're proud of from Q3, even if it is just surviving. I think we downplay that way too much. Then I want you to write down a goal you want to focus on for Q4. Just one goal. And then I want you to write one trend or new approach you want to try. Got it? All right, good. You've got a starting point for your Q4 planning. And remember, it's okay if things don't go exactly as planned. In fact, it's pretty much expected. Business is about improvising, changing, and evolving. Now, before you go, I've got a little homework for you. I want you to take 15 minutes this week, just 15 minutes to do a mini audit of your business. I want you to look at what's working, what's not, where you might be able to incorporate some of these trends we talked about. All right, 15 minutes. It's not that long. Until next time, I'm here reminding you that in business, as in life, it's okay to change course, keep it flexible, keep it real, and most importantly, keep moving forward. We are all about progress, not perfection. Thanks so much and have a great rest of your day.